Hey guys, Dr. Lee here from Head to Toe. Just want to go over a couple warm-ups we can do before we do like any kipping pull-ups, any overhead motions in general, just to kind of warm up that whole shoulder girdle. It's basically everything that wraps around your chest and scapula here. So what you're going to want here is like a nice little elastic band or like some surgical tubing, which we're going to get to with the next movement. So I like to use this band for what we call pull parts. I'm sure all of you have done some sort of version of this before. The biggest thing that we're going to want to be conscious of is that when we do them, we don't want to like arch into them, right? We want to keep our back nice and flat, keep our hips back and tucked. Going to start with our hands about shoulder width apart. We're just going to pull apart, keeping that back in continuity, keeping our core braced. So we're pulling apart here like so. We can trace the clock, go a couple different ways. You can go up and down here on both sides. Again, it's just kind of about tracing that clock, getting every little muscle that hangs around that chest and shoulder blade area to warm up. So these are just pull parts. I would say anywhere from like 5 to 10 of each movement. Just kind of go through that clock a couple different times. And it's not about having the most heaviest weight possible to do this. It's only about turning those muscles on, especially if you've just been sitting at your desk kind of rounded all day, right? So next thing, we're going to get into some banded stuff. So with these guys, I like to use a little bit more surgical tubing. We can go out to the side for this one. We can go overhead. We could bring it back. It's really just about getting these muscles to turn on again, because we're not doing this as a resisted exercise. It's just to warm things up. The biggest thing is that we want to keep that hip tuck, core braced the entire time, because we don't want to compromise and do something like this, right? That's going to basically get our body prepared to hyperextend and compress that low back while we lift. And if we're doing that in our warm-up, that's only setting us up for failure. So try these things out and see if they work.